Good evening, televiewers. Welcome to Prime News on My Media Prime Television with me, Eileen. There have been outcry by Cameroonians, especially those of the low-income levels, considering the persistent increase in the prices of basic commodities in the country. One of such a commodity is refined palm oil, as Fon Quinta tells us in the following report.
The price of refined palm oil in markets across the nation's political capital, Yaoundé, has witnessed a steady increase. A litre of palm oil that was sold at 600 francs now costs 1,000 francs, an addition of 400 francs. Presently, a litre is 1,000 francs. Before, it was sold at 600 francs. It has really gone up from 600 to 1,000 francs.
Mais c'est dur. On souffre.
We are suffering. There is nothing in this country. You can see me standing. I can't even sit. It's so difficult. The ongoing Anglophone crisis, the global health pandemic, and the conflict between Russia and Ukraine has been linked to these price hikes. Many thought the market situation would at least be relaxed now, with prices going back to normal after a drop in COVID-19 propagation, but much has not changed.
La hausse des prix, nous nous battons quand même de maintenir les prix pour que les Camerounais puissent.
We are struggling to maintain the prices so Cameroonians can have access to the small quantities still available in the country. It's really difficult. With very little profit, what we are trying to do now is ensure we can eat. You know, oil is an essential element in the kitchen, and with its absence, we can do nothing.
Donc s'il n'y a pas d'huile, vraiment, on ne peut rien faire. Donc, c'est pour ces raisons que malgré l'extrême rareté, mais malgré la hausse des prix, nous nous battons à maintenir les prix.
Bad news for Cameroonians who switched to palm oil when prices of vegetable oil skyrocketed. The increase has posed an untold burden on average households who now go to bed uncertain of tomorrow.
J'ai cher, on n'arrive même plus à vendre le
héros. Expensive. We can't even sell héros. Those who visited the market to buy coke already know palm oil has increased. It's expensive. Business is really tough. The increase in prices of palm oil has affected every sector. As vendors complain of a drop in sales and profit, food vendors definitely have a story to tell. From the Central region to the littoral north, west, west and southwest regions, the cry of every Cameroonian is for government to put in place measures to curb price hikes.
The minister delegated at the presidency in charge of defense, Joseph Beti-Assomo, has commissioned the 5th Military Joint Gendarmerie Region Commanders recently appointed by President Paul Biya on the 14th of July. Commissioning the 2 commanders at the Bamenda ceremonial ground in Commercial Avenue, he called on them to make no complicity with Boko Haram or separatist fighters, and as well to fight against checkpoints that are illegal along the northwest and west roads. Details in the following report with Charles Kebwa.
The minister delegate at the presidency in charge of defense, Beti-Assomo, at the Bamenda Commercial Avenue, July 19, 2022, commissioned Brigadier General Dobe Kriyo and Brigadier General Husseini Jubo of the 5th Joint Military and 5th Gendarmerie Region into function. The new officials recently appointed by the head of state July 14, 2022, the minister, Joseph Beti-Assomo, minister delegate at the presidency in charge of defense, who made it into the region's headquarters on board a helicopter, was received by the administration of the region, held by Northwest Governor Adolphe Lele Lafrique and the 2 outgoing brigadier generals, that of the 5th Joint Military and Gendarmerie Region, General Valet, who moves to lead the War College, and Eko Ngwese Noko, who moves to the 2nd Gendarmerie Region in the littoral, before proceeding to the Bamenda Commercial Avenue grandstand, where he was welcomed by the city mayor, Paul Achombong, whom in his welcome speech said he has a dream of the region after the ongoing crisis.
Town people can walk around 24 hours without any fear of that. I have a dream that in this town and in this country, language will no longer be a barrier of social cohesion. When I speak in English, you can return in French.
Minister Betty Asomo, while commissioned the two commanders, that of the 5th Joint Military Region and the 5th Gendarmerie Region, call on them to avoid cases of indiscipline, show no complicity with pockets of resistance from separatists stroke secessionists, combat the phenomenon of illegal checkpoints on the roads in the northwest and west regions, and watch over the poor borders of the northwest. A challenge Brigadier General Buba Debe Creole, after taking over command, said,
I have a big challenge. The message I would like to send to the guys in the field. I'm the fighter. I'm the fighter. The fighter is in the bush. I give them the change to come out and come to the peace.
Brigadier General Hussaini Jibo, another B, called for collaboration as he took over command, said he needs the population help rebuild the region.
Good spirit. We are here not to punish or to send away everybody. We are here to work with everybody. We call of them to follow us and to come because we build the new Cameroon. Yes.
March past grace the day.
You're welcome back. The Catholic Church is mourning the loss of one of its priests who was involved in the ghastly motor accident around Puma along the Douala-Yaoundé highway. The details of the passing of Reverend Father Didymus Mfomi Yambo, former Chancellor in the Boya Diocese, are with you, Catherine Ekongwe.
The road continues to kill in Cameroon. No one is spared, not even men of God. A Catholic priest, Reverend Father Didymus Mfomi Yambo, has died in a ghastly road accident. His fate is all the more tragic and mysterious insofar as the latter should go outside for other adventures, while another of his colleagues, Reverend Father Chris Santos, is in critical condition. According to information confirmed by several sources, their car returning from Yaoundé collided with an incoming vehicle between Puma and Ideya along the Douala-Yaoundé road on Tuesday, July 19, 2022. In a communique signed by the Bishop of Boya Diocese, he stated that the deceased had just completed duties on July 15, 2022 as a Chancellor of the Diocese of Boya and was returning from an embassy appointment from Yaoundé before meeting his demise. He kindly invites all to pray for the peaceful repose of God's servant Didymus Mfomi Yambo and call on everyone to avoid circulation of the gruesome videos and pictures. It is worth noting that the Yaoundé-Douala highway has recorded a lot of ghastly motor accidents in recent times, thus the need to be careful and vigilant is advised.
14 carefully selected religious leaders and civil society organizations in the two English-speaking regions of Cameroon have been challenged to be peace ambassadors. This was during a two-day workshop that took place in Boya yesterday, organized by the Peace and Justice Department of the PCC. Our reporter Emmanuela C. gets us more details in the following report.
The Anglophone crisis of Cameroon, already in its 6th year, has brought about meetings, seminars and campaigns looking for a way forward on the solution as the fight continues. The Peace and Justice Center of the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon has organized this practical workshop on conflict prevention and peace management to train religious leaders and civil society organizations on the need for capacity building and public sensitization. Reverend Ta William is a national peace coordinator for the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon.
As content, we'll be looking at some humanitarian responses in the ongoing socio-political crisis in Cameroon. As religious leader, what role or what part can we play in bringing this escalation of the crisis? We'll also be looking at what we know best, the Bible, the Quran, which we all know that are instruments for peace.
The Imam of the Bamenda Central Mosque, a participant of this workshop, noted that coming together and discussing matters of peace, including the Bible and the Quran, is a means of togetherness towards one goal.
I think we are going to have a good unit. We have to come to with a good voice, because we are the leaders of the people, because we have, like me, I have more than 1,500 people that pray behind me on any Friday.
Erica Wemgong is a chaplain of the Queen Baptist Church in Bamenda. She says the workshop will enrich her in her daily talks with persons visiting the hospital.
I count this as a privilege to learn new skills on how to mediate with them, especially in the peace aspect of Cameroon.
At the end of the 2-day practical workshop, religious leaders were called upon to advocate for peace in their various denominations and communities, while hoping to get results in both the long term and the short term.
The increasing number of cases in malnutrition, especially among children under 5, came under review recently, with health experts taking the lead to call on each and sundry to be mindful of healthy lifestyle. This prompted Dr. Ngwanyam Florence to go researching and defending a thesis on malnutrition with a case study of an indigenous community in the west region of Cameroon. Emanuela C. with details once again.
Experts say malnutrition occurs when the body does not get enough nutrients, with possible causes being poor diet, digestive conditions, or other diseases. Malnutrition, in other words, stunting and wasting, varies across regions in Cameroon, with peaks of over 40% in the northern regions, 36% in Adamawa and the far north regions, and about 30% in the east, and some cases in the west. In the West region, Dr. Florence, doing her research on malnutrition, found out that a good number of persons in the Bororo community living in the West region malnourished. She took her time to train these women on how to prepare balanced and nutritive diet, all in a bid to live her day.
Malnutrition is that disease we must and we must do everything to prevent it. And one way to prevent it is to identify things that causes the malnutrition.
In the Southwest region, a nutritionist confirmed that the crisis has for over the years been the cause of malnutrition.
First of all, due to the crisis, we know the context of our region. Due to the crisis, some people are food insecure, which means economically they don't have the means to purchase food. Even if they have food stuff in their respective nearby markets, they might not have access to these markets.
While noting that the topic is timely and pertinent, the lead supervisor applauds her for her year's work, a work that has taken over 3 years to research and defend. Dr. Florence say it is a dream come true.
Calling my name doctor today, in fact, it's like a dream come true, because I've been looking forward to this day.
You're welcome back. The International Disability Awareness Day was commemorated in Kumba during a ceremony organized by Close the Gap Association of Persons with Disabilities. Tamfo Sidwan tells us more from Kumba.
On Sunday, 17 July, persons with special needs came under the Close the Gap Association of Persons with Disabilities in Kumba to commemorate the International Disability Awareness Day under the theme, "It is all about what persons with disabilities can do."
We are going to talk on the rights of persons with disability. We are going to talk about marginalization. We are going to make persons with disability to know that this day is being founded for them.
Persons with disabilities face series of challenges. Reasons for the awareness creation, especially on the provision of services in different public institutions across the globe.
Celebrating the Disability Awareness Day is a way for us to come together as persons with disability to air out our plights in one room and see possible ways that we can work together as one in order to mitigate these problems that persons with disability face in the community, like discrimination, like exclusion, stigmatization, inaccessibility, and all the rest.
Some of the challenges may have respective measures to address in order to create more awareness and attract activities that will promote inclusion in the community as they live and work amongst those who are not physically challenged.
Establishments that are supposed to serve the public should take into consideration that there exist persons with disability that are supposed to make use of those infrastructures or those services. If their buildings are not accessible for persons with disability, it means that those services are not rendered, are not focused on persons with disability. It means persons with disability cannot benefit from such services.
The president of the association in Meme Division used the ceremony to explain reasons for the Awareness Creation Day.
The Close the Gap Associations of Persons with Disability celebrating this very particular day because it is the day that the Close the Gap president came in contact with Daf Thompson, who is the founder of this Disability Awareness Day.
Persons with disabilities must be loved and given a fair share in every community as they advocate for their rights.
Now on to culture. Members of the cultural group Trust and Love met in Douala recently to promote the cultural heritage of the Manu people. It was also an opportunity for them to unveil their new cultural wear. Let's get details in the following report with Dolly Ngonde.
They are the sons and daughters from Manu, a division in the southwest region of Cameroon, now residing in Douala, who have converged as an association under the name Trust and Love. The reason for this gathering, the president of the association, Mr. Eta Armstrong, says cuts beyond the need to reunite.
Okay, this is an occasion. Today is our inauguration of our new uniform. This is just the first step of this meeting where we've come together to showcase the real trust and love.
Another reason for their being here today, he adds.
We are here as a Manu group to showcase our culture and to promote all the love we have in it.
Highly animated with a jamboree of cultural display, this is a true representation of the Nyangpe and Ekpe heritage. Mr. Eno Ralph Echi would now speak as the advisor and founder of this association.
We are to show example.
It was an opportunity for their guests to tap from their rich culture.
Since today, what we learn is a challenge for some of us. So we are going back today to decide, I and my wife, to see if they will accept us in their midst.
A beautiful moment.
In recent times, there has been a persistent increase in the prices of basic commodities and foodstuffs. We are at the Marché Bonamusadi in Douala, littoral region of the country, where an increase in prices has affected homes and eating habits of consumers. Everything is really